Blog Talk Radio.
Close your eyes, baby, I got it from here. Girl, I'm being honest, I want you, that's the way.
Hey. Tunnel Vision in the house.
Tunnel Vision in the house. I'm really feeling that first line of the song. Close your eyes. After that, we can't handle the rest. You have to work on that,
Hello.
DJ, Miss Vicky.
Yeah, we're going to work that out. But hello, listeners. Hello, family. Miss Vicky in the house. And we got...
DJ Dika, hallelujah. Holla back.
Hey, holla back. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we're going to get our music together. We're trying to figure out our music, but... Listeners, when we get that music right, you're going to be looking forward to our little intro. Anyways, how's everybody doing? How you doing, DJ Dika?
I'm blessed and highly favored. I ain't going to lie. I'm having a transparent moment.
You got a whole pause there.
Okay, well, I had to take a minute to think about what you asked me, man. Okay, anyway, I said I was having a transparent moment. So can I have it? Okay, look here, listeners. We just want to thank you. We've been looking at the numbers. I put it out on Facebook, so I'm going to give a shout-out to all the people that are listening and continue to listen. I just wanted to give credit where credit is due and say thank you. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. But let me go back to my transparent moment. Okay.
But wait. Before you go there, we want to also thank our host, WEXP 88.3 for hosting our show. We appreciate you, we love you, and we wish you all the success. So, like you said, give flowers where they do. Oh, and yes, happy birthday to the founder. Yes, happy birthday to the founder. Thank you.
We won't say her name, but she know who the heck she is. Okay, anyway, go back, Vicky, man. I'm trying to get my transparent moment. Okay. My transparent moment is I'm very, 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 very tired, but it's a good tired because I've been very, 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 very productive the whole month of July. I don't even think I had a rest moment in July. Don't say okay. Let me finish. Okay, so with that being said, big man. With that being said, I just want you guys to know that sometimes when you're doing things and you're walking in your purpose, meaning you know what you're supposed to be doing, it could be a little draining, but it's rewarding because you're making a difference in people's lives. Now, with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Miss Vicky since she kept interrupting me.
Well,
okay, go ahead, Miss Vicky.
No. Well, that takes us right into our Did You Know moment. So we want to go from there.
What?
Did you know about
you
the
gonna throw
word
it back?
Sorry.
Oh, no. I told you about telling me sorry.
How many times have you used that in your How many times have you used sorry in your vocabulary?
Back in the day, I used to use it all the time.
Let's say how many. I
can't give you a number.
You think it was?
I can't give
you
a
the
number.
Majority of your lifetime? Probably the majority of your lifetime. Right?
No. No, I won't say that. No.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It's been
how
over
you gonna
30
tell me
years, right? I'm not trying to.
I'm
not trying to tell your age, but I'm just saying over 30 years of your life. So that's the majority. That's not even half.
Okay.
You just stop saying sorry.
Okay, but the last time I thought.
Oh Lord, I'm telling your business.
Last time I checked, I'm the storyteller, and only I can tell my story. Okay, not when you came into my life. Okay.
You're right. Let me.
Okay.
Oh shoot!
Okay.
You know what? I'm being narrow-minded right now. You're right.
Tunnel vision. See, you in that temporary tunnel vision, that one mind thinking. Anyway, let's get back to the show. Back to life. Back to reality. Now, going back to our topic.
What I was saying about the word sorry. I know I've used it over half my life. Over half. Like probably within the last, and I still kind of use it accidentally, not meaning to, but I can say probably 90% of my life I've used that word and not really realizing that word is a negative word. Matter of fact, it's actually a confession. You're speaking that over your life. Sometimes we use words, you don't even realize it has a meaning to it, and you actually labeling yourself by saying that. So do you know what I'm talking about, DJ Dicker?
Yes, I do, because there is power. Hear this. If you guys take a note, we're not in church, but I'm going to tell you this. When you listen to our show, you're going to pick up things. You're going to learn things. Excuse me? What's that?
We're not in a classroom. But no, I take that back. This is a classroom. It's a classroom.
Okay, teacher.
For, I shouldn't say it's a classroom, but it's a study hall. That's what it is. This is a study hall. It's not a classroom.
I don't know about those study halls. Because I didn't do well in there.
Because everybody's coming together with their ideas, their experiences.
That is not what study hall is. Don't be lying to kids. That ain't what study hall is.
Oh, yes, to me it is. So now you're going to tell me what I think it is, like you said about the word sorry.
Okay. Forgive me. What's the name of our show? Tunnel Vision. We're not trying to have a one-centered mindset on a topic. So if you believe that's what study hall is, okay. I have a different version of study hall.
Yeah, because they have different types of study halls. They have the kind where you're in a library and you got to be quiet, but then they have a kind where you're actually discussing a topic and everybody's giving their point of view of what they think. Whether if you coming up with you trying to do a group presentation or whatever the case may be, or if you planning an event and let's have a study group. It's like a study group.
Okay, you got me beat
like
today.
But let's get to the point about the word sorry, because I like the way you had brought it up the other day. You brought it up and you were saying that that you wanted to discuss that. So I want you to give your point of view about the word sorry. Like, what's wrong with it? And then didn't you say you got it from some source?
Yes.
Hello.
A while back, going well back, while back, going to my journalism times, you always have to have a source before you speak on things. So I looked it up, and I think it's the shampoo, Pantene shampoo. They did a powerful, ad displaying what it means to say sorry and how that can be very disempowering for us women. So I would suggest that you guys look it up. Maybe we can put it on our website, and you guys can look and see the visual. Well, basically, the video was saying that women are powerful, empowering human beings, but there are sometimes in society we're not allowed to feel that way. We're allowed to feel less than, and we. Okay.
I was gonna say, we're not male chauvinistic either. We're not feminist. So we know this is an equal opportunity. We know this applies to men as well, even though this source was speaking on women, but this is for everybody, man, woman, child, purple, brown, black, green, whatever color you are. And I am trying to be funny, but I am being for real too, that this applies to everybody. Okay, you can finish.
But you're messing up my whole definition here. I was focusing on women. Okay, it just talks about women today. Okay, women.
I know.
The commercial, powerful commercial is promotion. That's what I'm trying to say. Campaign. Thank you. I know it's gonna get the right word. It's talking about women feeling like they always have to say sorry about every little thing. Okay, sorry getting in the car. Sorry when I'm handing my child to my husband. Why do we have to apologize? Why we gotta apologize? I'm sorry, let me not say apologize. Sorry. Own it. Own who you are. You are a powerful woman. Own it. You don't feel like you have to apologize for nothing. Now, there are things and reasons, you might have to, I don't want to say sorry because I didn't the word, apologize for something. Like, okay, if I offend Miss Vicky, after I did some careful consideration, if I feel I need to apologize, then I'll apologize. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done this. Or honey, I shouldn't have done this or whatever. And for me personally, I'm transparent. I do not have to apologize unless I really, 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 really have done something to myself. So that's why I try my hardest. Miss Vicky can tell you. I try my hardest. Not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that either. But I try my hardest not to put myself in a situation where I have to apologize. And if I am going to apologize, I apologize to God. Okay? And I'm still trying to work on that.
I need to correct something. Even though it can still apply, even though we, the comical side is we not male chauvinistic. We actually I meant to say women chauvinistic. We're not women chauvinistic. And, those of you that took that statement, male chauvinistic, you know that means the man that is discriminating against women, in different ways. But getting back to you saying about apologizing, on my part, I apologize. Sometimes you have to apologize just to keep the peace, to save face.
That is so true.
Because there are some situations where, you have to agree to disagree. And then you have to be the bigger person and apologize because the other person, maybe they're not built up enough in that area where they're going to even, be, what word am I looking for? That they're going to even be willing to admit, or they may not be in the place where they're going to agree to disagree. They're just going to keep arguing with you. Or it can be just a conversation. It can turn into an argument. So to de-escalate the situation, sometimes you will have to apologize. Even some people have to do that in different work environments. So I use that as an example because I worked in an environment of mental health, and when we worked with clients, and they were bald-faced wrong, like they was wrong as two left shoes. However, I would apologize to them, and because when you apologize, you're showing empathy. So when you do that, that kind of wins them over. So in some situations outside of mental health, even though we deal with mental health every day, walking down the street, going to church, going to the library, going to work, wherever you go, to school, to the park, any recreational or private environment, or just being with family, you're dealing with mental health stuff anyway, that's maybe labeled or not. So you have to know that's a good skill to have. And it's not, some people feel bad. They feel like, what is the word I'm looking for? When you don't want to apologize because you feel like, it's showing you weak or whatever. But it's not a bad thing to apologize, in a lot of cases. I'm not going to say in all cases because there probably are some out there I just can't think of that you don't have to apologize. However, in order to save face, and even like when you're doing business and different things, like sometimes just to keep your name clear and just to show professionalism, you show that you're humble. I think that was the word I was looking for. Some people don't want to look like they're humble. They feel like being humble is weak or whatever. But so anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much
Hello,
for the reminder.
DJ Dicka, are you
Hello.
there?
Thank you. Thank you for the reminder, bringing that part into the conversation.
Did I take you into a zone?
No, man. Can you let me speak? Okay, so I just want to continue, just add one more little part about what she said about apologizing. That is so true. And on the spiritual side of it, I'm sure there's some people out there that are listening that do go to church. So on the spiritual side of it, also when it comes to apologizing, I've learned just recently, maybe in the last couple of years, even if I don't want to apologize and I know that the Holy Spirit is working on me to apologize, I find myself humbling myself and apologizing. And when you apologize, you think you're apologizing for that person. No, baby. Let me tell you, you're apologizing for you. Because sometimes they might not even accept your apology. Then you'll be walking around mad because I'm talking about it. I'm telling the story because it happens to me quite often. I done took the time to apologize, and then you don't even acknowledge that, then that's going to make me real mad, but that I took the time to do it. So I've had to learn and humble myself and say, you know what, it ain't about them. It's about me apologizing for me so that I can have peace. That's what's important. So you as the individual have peace, not the person you're apologizing for, too, because they could care less. And back to life. We're going to go back to life.
Can I add to that? Can I add to
back?
Wait.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm not ready to go back
ahead.
to life yet, even though this is life.
Okay, go ahead.
However, what I was going to say is that another thing when you apologize, you free yourself up, because sometimes people keep you, well, when you don't apologize, because apologizing is like forgiving somebody, right? So when you apologize, when you don't apologize, it's like they're holding you hostage, your emotions, your thoughts, everything. It's like every time you come in contact with them, every time you think about them, it's like you're feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? But when you apologize truly and you move on, sometimes it's a process, though. You got to apologize and walk it out.
It sure the heck is. It sure the heck is.
Taking that first step to apologize. But, you going on the deep end of it. But I'm just saying in the general, because sometimes you can, before it can even build up a lot of foolishness or a lot of bitterness or whatever, you can nip it in the bud and apologize right away, where it don't build up all that stuff. But if it's a situation that's kind of rough, to move on, that's one of the best first steps to do. That's one of the first ones. That's one of the best things to do. And even if the person doesn't see you, it don't matter. What?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's go back to you said me going all deep. What's wrong with me going all deep? We might have some people in the audience that are very deep intellectual folks, and they can relate to my deepness. All righty then. I just want to get that out.
I was just saying that was a situation, that there's different type of situations where you apologize. Some of them are more serious, where it's going to cause you to feel some type of way if they don't accept it and all that. But then there's other apologies where you can nip it in the bud right away. That's all I'm saying.
All right, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. And that's why our show is tunnel vision, because you can't have one way of thinking. You have to be open to all different ways of thinking. And even if you don't agree, you disagree, you agree to disagree and say, you know what, I understand. You have your tunnel vision. You have your way of thinking outside the box, and I have mine. But let's not do tunnel vision. All right, let's move on. This has been a hefty introduction conversation. It's never a dull moment. Back to life. Can we do back to life now? Okay. Back to life. Back to reality.
Back to reality. Okay. So, we wanted to go into talking about divine victory, and we discussed sort of like how it started, but we haven't talked about what we've been doing since we started it. We just talked about how we did the classroom assignment and how we did a documentary on substance abuse associated with physical abuse, or you can say domestic violence associated with substance abuse. And so what happened was, when we started the nonprofit, which we said, what is our mission? What's our vision, Speaker, for Divine Victory?
To bring about awareness, education, and empowerment in means of a creative way, locally and globally. Right now we're local, but our desire is for people to know about Divine Victory Ministries and how we're about educating, bringing awareness and education all over the world, dealing with social issues. So do not let our name, Divine Victory Ministries, deter you. That is a name only. We're also DBM, if you want to put it like that. It doesn't matter what your faith is, your walk of life, your spirituality. We're not about that. We want to reach everybody. We don't discriminate. We reach everybody. So Divine Victory Ministries is in the name, and if you don't want to say Divine Victory Ministries, say DVM, okay? But as long as you say one or the other, as long as you don't call us out of no other name. And if you do call us out of another name, I don't want to know nothing about it. Okay, just be a trustee. Okay, continue.
So anyway, some of those areas, so when we did the documentary, we did it on that subject matter, and it opened up doors for us in a lot of areas. We've gone and we've shown the video the documentary to a lot of different groups of people. Our direction was women, but it opened up to other other populations. So we showed it to women dealing with substance abuse issues in shelters. Actually, the first one I showed it to was a place I worked at, dealing with women on parole, women that had did time in prison and been in jail with, been in prison with lifers and things like that, and actually back and forth in prison. And we've also showed it to our local church, Zoe Christian Fellowship of Whittier.
There is. Give a shout out.
Allowed us to show it to different groups at through our church, and there were women groups, young adults, men groups,
and men.
Then we also and then we also went to high school, and we showed it to football team, the football team from junior varsity. What's this? How's it go? Is it junior all the way to varsity? No, freshman to varsity. So it was over 30 kids, male and female. I think it was only one female, maybe two, out of them 30-something kids. We showed it to them. We've gone to the things in the community. What else? We went to a mentor program that was, I think they were Elevator Game. Well, Elevator Game. Let's give a shout out. We showed it. Yeah, Elevator Game hooked us up with the high school, the local high school, Compton High, and then also the mentorship program. I don't know if I'm forgetting anybody else, but I wanted to mention this alcohol and drug counseling facility in Downey allowed us to do groups. Was it every week or every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks.
Hello? Okay, so that was a place.
It was drug and alcohol. Yes.
Yeah, and then we also have done where we've done presentations. We were blessed to do a presentation for domestic violence workshop. That was the domestic violence workshop. Was able to do that for people to get their license. Was it towards getting a certificate for domestic violence? Yes, the 40.
You want me to take over? Would you like me to take over?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll do that. You could have just told me that earlier. Okay, it's okay. Okay, it was it was a class for 40-hour training for you to get your, I won't say license because out in the community when you bring that up, it's saying it's not a license. So it's for the 40-hour training for you to get a certificate to be able to counsel men or women that are going through domestic violence, and that is a goal that Vicki and I are working on, so we can have that little piece of paper. Even though we are already doing it, but the society we live in, they want us to have a dang paper, so we'll get that paper. But for now, we're doing what God has called us to do. And I also want to go back to when Vicki was sharing the different arenas that has been open to us, and I also want to say for all you guys that are listening that might be in other states right now, we don't discriminate, okay? If you want us to come to where you're at, we like the male women, you know what I'm saying? We will come to you, okay? Now, you might have to give us a minute, so we can get our little funds together, but we will be there. So remember that. You hearing us on the radio and you want us to come speak, you let us know. We will work it out. We will make it happen. You know why? Because God going to make it happen, because God made Divine Victory Ministries happen. But I wanted to go back to when we went. Oh. Yes, you ready? No, you ready to take her over? Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, because you got a flow going.
Okay, so I wanted to comment on one of the places that we went to. It was one of the life groups at Zoe Christian Fellowship. Shout out. And it was a men's group, and it was the first time that we had presented to the men. So there was a lot of men in here, okay, and we the only women in here. And Vicki, under her anointing, when she get to talking, it's a done data. Man, if you don't know God, you're gonna know it by the time she get done. Okay, but anyway, she was talking. She was talking and she was sharing. I'm just telling the truth be told. Anyway, she was talking and sharing about domestic violence and how to handle it when you're in the situation. So you know it's going to be a different conversation with men, all right? Since it is in a society that men most of the time are the abusers. But that's not true. There's women that abuse too, but society just seems to want to focus on the men and always seem like the men are the harshest and the baddest. But we got some women out there. But anyway, so we was all a bag of chips. We was on one. We were sharing. And Vicky had talked about how to handle it when you in a relationship and, you know, you the man and the woman, you know, on you, and she's like, just walk away. Why she say just walk away? When she said just walk away.
First of all, I want to say something. First of all, you left out the fact that the man was the one that asked the question. One of the men there had said, I have a question, because we had Q&A. And he was the one that asked, what do you do if you're in a situation where your spouse gets violent, gets physical every now and then? And then we was like, what's every now and then? Like, you know, every so often, like maybe once a year or, you know, every 6 months or something. So you want us to keep going?
Thank you.
You want
so now that we have clarification, how the day went. Okay, so when that came out, when he asked the question, I'm not going to lie, we don't have to lie to kick it. When he asked the question, you know, I was like, okay, I usually be the one ready to talk. I looked at Vicky, you going to handle that one? You handle that one. So she explained to him, you know what, sir, you have a very interesting question. There are times where, you know, you're the man and it's the female, and it's like, you know, sometimes I say back away because I think he said something else. I think he said that.
No, let me tell you. I can tell you what happened. I can tell you what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
I answered him, and I told him, because I was thinking mental health when he asked me the question. So I was thinking that you restrain them, like you grab them and hold them where they can't do anything.
Yes.
And when I said that, he said no, because all she going to do is get herself bruised up and call the police and say that I bruised her up. And I felt really bad because I was like, you are so right.
Right.
So then after that, which I didn't feel bad, I shouldn't say that, but you know, it was like, oh, wow, you know, I just got checked or whatever. But the whole issue is it made me rethink it, and I said, oh, you know, in that type of situation, you don't wait till it get escalated. You walk away. You try to get away from them. If you know that they're going to attack you, then you just walk away and remove yourself from harm's way. And because he had been with this person, obviously, or I don't even know if it was him. He just said, what if a man? So whoever he was talking about, if that person had been with them for a while, they should know the signs. Like, you're the one in that situation. You should know the signs that they show at whatever time when they want to act up. So at that moment, then you just put yourself in a position where you're not in harm's way, where they can't touch you, or, you know, basically just try to walk away the best way you can. You have to just be creative. But the whole thing is to get away from them. If they become, if you know they're going to become violent. And that's basically what I had told them. But it was funny that he brought it to our attention that wasn't good advice.
Yes, he just corrected us nicely and let us know that we got to do a little bit more research. But and we really think about it, what is the name of our show?
Your voice is messing up again, girl.
Okay.
So
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
like the spring,
perfect.
Like the spring commercial. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. Look, now that I've done a spring commercial, look, and that was free of charge. You know, you have to pay me a dime. Okay. What I'm saying is, the name of our show is Tunnel Vision, meaning that tunnel vision is one way of thinking. So that's just a prime example right there. That night when he reminded us through his own situation that we can't always be in tunnel vision. We got to be willing to think outside the box, because when you in your own situation, it don't matter what Webster Dictionary tell you. It don't matter what your mama tell you. It don't matter what your friend, your homie tell you. When you in that situation, you gotta figure it out. And sometimes it ain't about one way of thinking. Okay, let me figure it out. Can I do it over here? Can I do this? Can I do this? Okay. Cannot be in tunnel vision when you in a situation like that. And I just realized that. We've been talking tunnel vision for a minute. All righty, then. So what else? Oh, yes. So we talked about our video.
Did you want to touch on something else? Oh, okay. Because I wanted to mention something else too. We also presented our documentary to a class, a college class. So I did mention that Dika and I both went to Long Beach State, and she was journalism major. So one of her professors, who was now her mentor, but I think she was she your mentor at the time? But anyway, that's
she was my
neither here nor there.
But
she had
shout out to
she
Carter.
had offered she had offered us to come and present to her class, present our documentary to her class, and it was a part of their class assignment. So we were able to get the documentary critiqued by college students, and then they were, graded on it and all that. You couldn't have brought up
another example. You couldn't have brought up another example.
Well, I didn't say we have to go into details, but I mean, I actually like I like to hear other people's opinions, so that if there's something that needs to be tweaked, I don't agree with everybody, but sometimes people have good points. But
okay, you're right. That's why the show is called Tunnel Vision. We got to think outside the box. But that day, reading those critiques, oh man, I'm like, you know what? These little, anyway, you're not scholars either. Yeah, little crumb snackers, y'all not scholars either. Gonna critique me and say that I was all getting up there like I was a professional and I knew what I was talking about, and the quality didn't show that. Look at here, I did not tell you I was Steven Spielberg. Okay, but anyway, I got past that. I had to get over that.
Wait, they said when I was telling the story in one part of the documentary, I didn't seem serious on one part because I was smiling.
Yeah, that's another thing.
But anyway.
Excuse me. When you're going through hell and you're trying to share your story, you gotta make it. You gotta be able to smile. The fact that you're alive, standing up there, being able to tell your story and smile. That's what you're smiling about. You're not smiling because you're talking about a depressing subject. You're smiling because you still got your life. Because we got some people up in here go through domestic violence and don't have their life. Thank you very much. I hope they was listening today. But if not, oh well. I don't want to preach. Man, you got to be fired up. Man, like you right here in the room with me. I was just...
I think it was about 50 students or more. No, that was like a theater classroom, so it was a lot of students. It was more than 50. I'm really not saying the amount. I just can't think of it because that was a while ago, but that was like one of them theater classes. So some of y'all college students has been to college or you've visited and you've seen them theater classrooms. That's the type of classroom setting that we went and presented to. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that. And also I wanted to mention how before we had gotten to the point of doing the nonprofit, we also, Dika does a one-woman show. And so with
what woman show? Man.
Oh my God!
You know my life better than me, man. Oh,
no,
you talking about
we did it
Yeah.
together. Yes, woman.
Oh, Sojourner, yes, Sojourner.
Yes, DJ Dika. Yes,
that's another part of my life. We're gonna have to share Sojourner on the air. We're gonna have to do that. Okay, yes.
We did that, and that was a part of an educational moment, educational piece that we also contributed to our nonprofit. We've showed it in different environments. We showed it in churches. We've showed it in school. We've showed it. What else? We were supposed to show it at elementary, but it didn't work out. But they did want us to show it.
We got to think positive. We got to think positive. It don't
what
have
else?
to.
Oh yeah.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I can't take no more. Look.
Oh, so
going
anyway,
back to,
before time goes thin, we didn't mention the one of the projects that we are working on, the calendar project. We have a calendar project that we started working on. We released the 2019 domestic violence calendar. And the reason why we even did the calendar project is because we started a fund, a home of refuge fund that we want to pursue. We want to conquer, basically to raise money for individuals who are transitioning from a domestic violence environment to safety, to a safety net. A lot of times when a person is in a domestic violence situation, they may not have money to leave. They may not want to leave. Maybe the attacker is the financer of the house. Maybe they're not even paying an electricity bill, no food. If even the attacker, the abuser, is removed from the environment, or they may need money to just for transition. They may need food. Just different things that you could think of that they would need money for. We want to be able to help people in that area. So that was one of the reasons why we started the Calendar Project, to raise money for that. Also, and so in the calendar, if you're interested, you can go to our website and get an order. You can even hit us up on any of our social network vehicles and inquire about it. I'm not sure. There's flyers and things on it, but it doesn't have the whole calendar for you to view. But it's a lot of good stuff in it. Each person in the calendar is a victim of some sort, whether they're a victim in regards of a family member that was in it, or if it was them themselves. It's some kind of way that they have a story to share about domestic violence, and then we have nice tools and things in there as well. So we also use that calendar as an educational piece, even though we need funds to be able to pursue our goal of the Home of Refuge Fund. But it's more important that people get the knowledge, and sometimes it's easier to hand them something than somebody asking them for some money if they don't have no money. Because some people that may not have money need those tools. Or it can be on somebody's wall and somebody walk in and they don't want nobody to know that what they're going through, and they see that calendar and they're able to get the information, whether they take a picture of it or whatever. Because I done been to the doctor's office many a day where I done took pictures of stuff on the wall that I liked or whatever. It could be that quick. So I just want to mention that. And then also we had did jewelry. We made our own jewelry line. Started it off. We made a couple of pieces through Tioni. What's Tioni's business name? Hello.
TCH.
Did I lose DJ?
Hello.
TC?
Hello. Hello. You hear me? The Sprint commercial again. We want to give a shout out to TCH. Her name is Tony Houston, and she partnered with us to make our jewelry line. And we're going to go back into production real soon to start up our jewelry line as soon as we have that conversation with her. I want to give out our website information since Vicki had brought up, we're taking donations. We're taking donations 24 hours a day. And it's not a limit on what you want to donate. We will take $1. We will take a quarter. The donation is coming from your heart. Okay, so I'm going to give you the website. Our website is Divine Victory Ministries, all small letters, no space. Divine Victory Ministries DUDAONE.com. And that DUDA1. Oh my God. One. The word one is all together. I got to call on him. I got to call on him. Oh,
can you say it one more time?
All right, here we go. Okay, repetition. Yes, here we go. Divine Victory Ministries and then the word DUDA and the word one.com with no space. So that word that I just spelled out is no space and it's .com. And then you go to our website. Please check it out. Review it. It's a lot of stuff on there, including our links to our show. This is our third show. We made it to our third show. God is good. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, my goodness. And it just brings warmth to my heart because I was able to be back on the radio again. So I just thank our sponsor and somebody from our church every week, because I put it out there for everybody to listen. I don't even ask permission. Here's the link. Listen, and please make a comment. Because we're going to read them. So if y'all got suggestions for our show, if y'all feeling the comedy, if you want a social issue talked about, feel free to give us that information. We reading. So anyway, the person that was listening was like, wow, you really got a radio voice. And then I had to humble myself and say thank you. Thank you for that compliment. And he was like, man, you got a lot of talent. You got a lot of talent. You be walking around here hiding your talents. And I was like, okay. And then I had to tell him, you didn't know I did a radio show before? He was like, oh, no. Nah. But anyway, we appreciate the comments. And I love sharing with you guys. I love going back and forth with Miss Vicky. It's just a pleasure. And this, you think we rehearse this? No, we don't rehearse nothing. We do this on a regular. God has blessed us to do this on a regular. So God is good. Man.
I don't know.
What else can we talk about today?
Well, no, I'm saying have I covered generally a lot of things? Well, one of the projects we also did was the shoe auction. That was very interesting. We did that shoe auction. The first one, we did two. The first one was a blast. It was a blowout. It was so fun. And we want to send love to Cynthia, who actually brought us the idea. She goes to Zoe. What's Cynthia's last name?
I can't remember, but
okay,
we will.
But anyway, Cynthia
next week.
and Zoe. Cynthia, that she attends Zoe, but she's also a sister of ours. She's become a sister. When we did the shoe auction, it was a really big turnout, and we want to shout out to our editor.
Yeah, our designer, our graphic designer, Yaya. Yaya, make sure that our link is on up on our page every week. Okay, so I'll be sending it to you right after the show. Yaya, thank you.
And we want to shout out to Marcus. We want to shout out to Marcus, who always stays, who loves to stay behind the scenes in this arena that we're working on. But he's so helpful.
You putting him on Front Street.
So helpful.
You putting him on Front Street right now. He don't like that.
He's very helpful and very kind, and he really works with us. And a lot of the projects that we've done, it would have been very difficult to do without him. So we just want to give shout out to him, and we thank you, Candy, for allowing us to borrow your husband in these projects that we work on. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I'm leaving out about Divine Victory that we've done? We are, we do help the homeless as well. We generally, that's one of our visions is to help them. So we've collected clothes and different things, toiletry items. We actually went with Eon, which is our host, WEXP 88.3, Eon Water. Dang, I don't want to mess that name up. Eon Experience, the water company. We went with them to a shelter in Hollywood. I believe it was last year, and we gave out all kind of toiletry items and bags and things. So we try to do different things in the community to help. Did I mess up?
The reason why I'm laughing.
Oh my God.
No, the reason why I'm laughing. No, the reason why I'm laughing is because that day was very productive. I do not like I want y'all to know now. I do not say the word busy. I do not like saying the word busy. So I'm gonna say we're productive. The reason why I don't like the word busy because I get that all the time, and depending on what kind of mood I'm in and who say it to me, I have to nicely check them. I am not busy because you could be busy and don't do a darn thing, and that is not DJ Dika. DJ Dika is productive. I'm going to make sure anything I do, something it's going to be impactful. It's going to make a difference. If it ain't, I can't do it. Don't ask me. Okay, so with that being said, that day, while Vicky was with Eon Water.
Can you let me? Can I have a station identification correction moment? It's Eon H2O Water. That's who I went with. That company, Eon H2O Water.
Thank you. We want to make sure
Eon H2O Water.
Yes. I'm glad you did that, Vicky. We want to be our show want to be about integrity. We want to give people the right information, Vicky. I'm so glad you clarified that. Exactly. But as I was saying, while she was over there, the other part of Divine Victory, which was myself, was at what was it? A class or a workshop for single parents for Titus parenting mentoring. So we're part of that as well. So she was reading the homeless, and I was educating with our video about that family and domestic violence. We could talk about that maybe next week or another show, but domestic violence does not just affect the individual that is going through domestic violence. Domestic violence affects the whole family, and we could discuss that another time, one of our many topics that we're going to be talking about. So anyway, we were very productive that day. She was at my house at 1 o'clock in the morning picking up stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All righty then. Man, but anyway, we do what we got to do.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the point is, we just wanted
day.
to let we just wanted you all to know just the different things that Divine Victory does. And we have a lot of visions and a lot of goals. One of the things that we want to do, aspirations, I'm just using different examples of expressing what I'm saying, but one of them is we want to have transitional homes, or not so much independent living homes. I don't know if I want to say that either, because it's kind of like the population that we want to work with is the elderly and disabled, and we want to house them.
Excuse me.
However, it's just
I need to.
Yes.
Wait. Educational show, right? Okay. The proper word to say is people with disabilities. Remember last week I said I'm a person with disability. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Right. Okay. So people with disabilities, we want to house them, and we want to connect them the way we're going to connect them with resources. But we want to have housing, so that I want to correct that. Not independent living. We want to provide housing for the disabled and the elderly. And we want to also provide, we want to be creative, but make jobs for the disabled population. The disabled population struggles with finding employment depending on their disability. So we want to be able to create a job for disabled people, the disabled population. People
and not
with
just one
disabilities.
job. And not just one job, because I believe that Divine Victory is going to be known all over the world, and every state, every country will know about Divine Victory Ministry. Divine Victory, and will be able to provide jobs for people with disabilities and resources and housing for people that are going through domestic violence. Even sometimes people with disabilities, they're not able to get housing independently because of the high rent. So we want to be able to provide that resource. If a person with a disability wants to move out on their own, away from their parents, oh my God, that's just a wonderful feeling. You just don't know. To be able to find housing easily, so they don't have to worry about the rent being too high, because sometimes they're on a fixed income. So we do want to provide that as well.
Yeah, and some of the employment that we want to provide will be on our property, like provide jobs even at the housing. Like maybe you might have a disabled person that know how to do the yard, or, keep the gardening, whatever the case may be, because they have different people with different experiences or different skill set. And sometimes if you don't know how to tap into it, then how can you help them? So we hope, that's our hope, to tap into their skill set and be able to set them up some kind of way in our different businesses that we have going on.
Okay, I'm so glad you mentioned different.
Or you think we need to bring it to a close?
Different skill set. I'm so glad you brought that up, because DJ Dika is not going to be a nobody yard. That is not my expertise.
And that's like a that's like a stress reliever for me. That's a place of serenity for me.
I'm so happy it is for you, but it ain't a stress reliever for me. It's bad. Can't pay me. No,
I love Miss Vassell. I love Miss Vassell, Miss Lorna Vassell, who taught me how to do gardening. and the plant trees.
I'm so glad she
and
taught
all
that
that.
for you.
Oh my God, I love her for that.
I'm so glad that brings you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that brings you life. And I'm just telling you that ain't me.
And
Thank you.
vegetables.
I'd rather
fruit.
be on the radio. Anyway, yeah.
I want to be like that
on the
lady
radio.
on Baby Boy, the mama on Baby Boy, except for without the cigarette. But I want to be like with the lady on Baby Boy when she's sitting in her garden.
Okay.
I think
we'll have to make that happen
cool
for
scene.
you. We'll have to make that happen for you.
Yeah. Anyway,
we'll have to make that happen for you.
I guess we.
Yes,
I guess
back to life, Vicky. Yeah, we got to go back to life, back to reality. People got people to see places to go. Because I know I got to go to sleep.
Exactly.
I'm sleepy. Okay.
Well,
okay. So anyway, let us
can you give our viewers? Yeah, give our viewers how they can reach us.
I'm trying to. Okay, here we go. Social media. We are Divine Victory Ministries on Facebook. Our Twitter is DVM418, and our Instagram is Divine Victory Ministries. Once again, our contact information through email is Divine Victory Productions with an S, no space, all small letters, @gmail.com. Also, our website, once again, is Divine Victory Ministries, no space, small letters, .duda1.com. I could have said that earlier. I was stressing for nothing. Anyway, that is our contact information. Now, we have mentioned the calendars. If you guys want a calendar, then send us a message, and we'll have to do pre-orders because we kind of sold out. So if you want a calendar, hit us up, and we'll start taking pre-orders. And I would suggest you get it before the year is up because we're working on our next calendar, probably be 2021, because it took us a whole year to do this. I praise God that it took us a year, maybe two, because I thought it was going to be longer than that. But when God gives you a vision, this is the empowerment closing quote for today, because we try to start it with a positive, and we're going to end it with a positive. When God gives you something, don't let no one talk you out of what God has given you. Don't let anyone talk you out of how long something's going to take. Because in the beginning, we were told, it's going to take a minute, it's going to take this and that. But I'm telling you, ever since we started this nonprofit, without a dime, God has been opening up doors for us, and we don't even know what the heck we're doing. You know what I'm saying? But God, when God's in it, He's going to help us know what we're doing. Like we are professionals, just like on this radio show. Man, all righty then.
Right.
So with that being said, I'm going to leave you with a quote by Theodore Roosevelt. Believe, listeners, and you are halfway there. I need to say that again because I want you to feel the impact. Believe, and you're halfway there. If you just take that with you every day, every minute and hour, it don't matter what anybody say to you. Tell them to talk to the hand. If they can't be positive with you, then they can't be in your world. Believe, and you're halfway there. And on that note, I want to say hallelujah, holla back. You do what you want, but make sure you say Theodore Roosevelt, though. You know what I'm saying? You give him his credit.
I'm saying that I'm going to use it on my. I'm saying I'm going to use it in my life.
Okay, well, you said take it, so that's why I had to clarify. You know what I'm saying? Do what you want, as long as you make sure you quote Theodore Roosevelt. All righty then.
Now you know.
Okay.
You know I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
we love y'all, listeners. We love y'all.
Hallelujah.
We love y'all.
Holla back.
And we see you next week.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The show is over. No, not be over. Peace.